Hello and welcome back to the show. It's Robbie Fox here with Stipe Miocic. Stipe, thank you for coming back onto the show. It's been months since we've last talked. So how are you? How's the family? I know you're about to become a father again in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, life's gonna change, but for the better, like I always say. Just happy, man. Just living life. Daughter's doing great. The wife's, she's doing great, but she's over it. She wants the baby out. I think she's chomping at the bits because so she's beat up and sore because she's getting bigger, but also she wants to see the little guy.
And how's the Call of Duty career going?
It's going good. I haven't really been streaming a lot just because with everything going on and with my wife, and a lot of times I try to play and then she'll need something or it just can't. So it's I'll be getting back on. I'll probably be playing as long as I usually do. Like instead of 4 hours, I'll maybe play two. Try to get a little less time, a little bit more, a little bit more action, I guess.
I love it. It's like you're not in Call of Duty fight camp, but you're still training regularly. You're like, oh yeah, I'm still getting on the sticks. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just keeping the rust off. That's it. Just keeping the rust off.
You got a pretty big weekend coming up in Cleveland. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. You're going to be standing between the fighters at the weigh-ins. You're going to be actually at the fight. I know that you actually trained with Jake Paul for a bit, so I just wanted to ask, what do you think of him as a fighter?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I know he trains hard, and having him, he was on our podcast on Jabs, and just listening to him talk, you could see he's really motivated, and that's a huge thing when you have someone that's motivated. Like he had a long day in Cleveland that day. He had a bunch of like a car wash of interviews. Came to my house, was nice enough to do be on a podcast, which was I was like so happy. I was like, oh, so great of you, thank you. Like he didn't have to do that. He had a lot, taking a nap or something, and went to the gym. You can tell he was tired, man, but he still grinded it out, and he looked good. He looked like knew what he was doing. He listened. He doesn't like think he knows what he's doing. He it's his coaches take the reins, and it's great, which you're supposed to do.
How do you feel about the way he's actually gone about fighting, picking his opponents? We see a lot of fighters calling him out and kind of not liking the way he's gone about it. Some fighters saying, hey, he's making money, so it is what it is. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. He's building himself up. He's fighting better guys every time. It's not like he's fighting tomato cans. Like he's getting better with every fight, and he's fighting guys that are getting better. And so that's what you got to do. You got to progress.
Do you think this weekend's fight's going to go the distance or no?
I don't think so.
Do you have a prediction?
We'll leave it at
that. All right. And another question about just Jake Paul in general. Do you think the way he's been talking about UFC fighter pay is genuine? Do you think he actually wants UFC fighters and MMA fighters in general to get paid more? Do you think he's trying to get on the good side a little bit or just go against Dana White? How do you feel about this whole discourse that has kind of like blown up in the combat sports world?
Yeah, you can look at, I mean, it doesn't matter what I say because everyone's gonna have their own opinion on what he thinks he's doing. But I generally think he wants us, to get paid more. I think, just the way I was talking to him, like off, just off subject, like when we were on camera on a podcast, we're just BS. And then, he just, you can tell he's real genuine, it comes from the heart.
All right. And speaking of Cleveland, big question here. Do you like MGK's rock music?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. I'm a big fan of it as well. I was hoping that you weren't like, nah, fuck that.
I hope he goes back. I hope he goes back to rap a little bit more. But like, I like his new style. But like, he goes back to some old school stuff eventually.
I think he'll hop back and forth probably. Knowing him, I don't think he wants to be put in a box.
No, definitely not. But he's honestly like meeting him and just seeing what he can do. He's truly an artist. Like the things he can play, and it's actually pretty impressive.
Do you think in a few weeks, maybe after the baby's born, you and your wife are going to be going on double dates with him and Megan Fox?
Well, probably not, but I think we're going to go to, he has a big show here in Cleveland, the Christmas show. So we'll probably go to that. My wife wants to go to that. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to see him in Central Park in like 2 weeks.
Oh, you really? Oh, sweet. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to hopefully go to that, and hopefully she's good to go. She should be. I mean, make sure that everything's good with the kids, and I think we're all going to go. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So I listened to an interview with you yesterday that you did with ESPN where you were talking about this snub for the UFC interim title. And it wasn't that you said you might not have even been able to fight this summer. It was just that you never got asked. That really is the thing that bothered you. And I completely understand that. I was actually out in Las Vegas for UFC 264 last month. I asked Dana White where you fit into that whole equation with the interim title fight coming up. And he said, we got John Jones in the equation. We got so many heavyweights basically that we'll get to Stipe. but it is what it is. And there wasn't kind of a definitive answer. Is that what's been bugging you? Is that it's will get to you, whereas everyone else got an immediate rematch?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's like when you go to a party, like you don't get invited to a party because like they kind of forgot about you, and you're kind of like, man, like, maybe I could have gone, but just hey, it's from an invite, I just it would be nice to be asked, I feel like I've been wanted. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just sometimes you just don't know what they do. Just it's one thing to another, and they do something totally off the wall. Like not saying my weight class, but just other weight classes as well. And yeah, I mean, just just a little not like I said, I'm not mad. Just like man, just maybe a little butter. Just come on, guys. Just I probably could have done it, but just like hey, want to fight? Just throw it out there. But we'll meet with him here soon, and we'll talk about it.
After that fight was made, you kind of like threw out a little tease on Instagram that caused everyone to stir up. I think one championship posted like, "Who should we sign?" And you commented just a bunch of like thinking emojis, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" Is that really you commenting that? And like, is there anything more to that than you just being like, "I'm gonna mess with everyone right now"?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah, me and my wife were having a good time. We were just me and my wife were feeling froggy. I was like, "Hey," she's like, "Yeah, for sure." So,
do you see yourself as a fighter that wants to retire with the UFC? Is that your main goal, to be a UFC fighter for life? Or are you saying I might play my options one day?
Well, you never know. I don't, I'm not there yet. We'll see once I sit down with Dana, we'll talk and we'll figure it all out. I'm not going to say yes and no. I can't make that answer. I can't answer that question for you.
And I know you said you didn't even watch the interim title fight, the Gagne versus Derek Lewis fight. Who are the fighters nowadays that will get you out of your seat and be like, I have to go out of my way to watch them?
It's usually my friends.
People from your gym?
Yeah, no, yeah, that. Yeah, my gym for sure. John Vellante, Chris Weidman, guys I know. Wonder Boy, stuff like that. Those guys.
There you go. And what fights are you looking forward to in this upcoming year? Do you have any off the top of your head?
Oh man, no. Good fights. I mean, like usually
that was a perfect Stipe answer there, Steve. Yeah. That was just so you.
No, usually I don't get hyped up for a fight until like a month before. I might really think about it. Oh man, it's gonna be a great fight, and then, or a week or two before, like okay, yeah, I'm down for that. And so it just depends.
Coming to the tail end of this interview here, we saw you come back in like such a spectacular fashion after you lost DC. You avenge the loss, you win the trilogy. When you lose to Francis Ngannou now, and you want a rematch, obviously, do you have the same feeling inside as when you lost to DC? Like, I just know I could beat this guy. Like, let me in the cage with him. Is it a very similar feeling?
100%. Yeah, it's just it wasn't my night. He caught me, and he did what he was supposed to do, and put me out, and you got the belt, and he took something that was mine.
And your next fight, you're pretty dead set on getting a rematch for the title as well, right? You don't want to fight someone and then get a shot at him.
No, I mean, I feel like I deserve it. I'm not like, bitching and crying about it. I'm just saying, but it's the way I feel. I think most would.
No, I completely understand that. And in a dream world, when would you like to fight again? Do you have a date in mind, or are you not even?
No, not even. Like right now, my legit, my baby will be born here within a week. Like no joke. Like 8 days if it gets to that point. But I think I worry about him and my wife and my other one. But once we settle in, then we go to see Dana in Vegas. Then we'll figure it out from there.
And you're going to see Dana in Vegas like next month, I believe,
September,
right?
Yeah, probably in September. Yeah.
All right. Well, Stipe, I really appreciate the time as always. Thank you so much for doing this. And hopefully the next time I see it, it'll be in person. Maybe you could have one of those times where you just roll in with John Vellante and the whole squad again, because that was a blast.
I can't bring Vellante. He's that's why you guys probably asked me to come back. It's because of him.
Oh no. We got to get you back in. It's the COVID. We got to go to my hero. John swears it's the greatest sub shop on Long Island.
He's fat. I want to talk about it.
Stipe, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on the baby as well.
Appreciate it, brother.